Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Welcome to the revision and extension video. Here today we are going to review the 4 explorations and complete the exploration 2. We haven't completed the lesson and go through the homework. So for the column puzzle, it give us a structure like the column. We are going to use the carryover, over, and the operation laws, and especially the multiplication table, a table to help us solve questions. So let's look at together and go to review it. Firstly, we just check out the sum of several digits. It gives us a digit in the below. We just need to use a multiplication table. For example, like the e here, 4e add together, which means 4 times e. We can have a 2. 4 times what? We can have 2. 4 times 3 and 4 times 8. So we got several options. It already helped us to narrow the range, but we still have different options. We need to use a higher place to find out what are the special thing. And that's one we just talked about the sum of the 9 boxes. Here we still need to check the range for each column, and we to find out which will meet the requirement of the digit below. And it can help us to know the sum of each column, and we can know the sum of all boxes. And then for the acceleration 1, we just talk about the golden triangle. For golden triangle, if we have the thing looks like a stairs, just like this, on the leftmost side, we will got a golden triangle as 109. This 109 is fixed, and we can also have, if we have the stairs like this, on the leftmost side, we also have a golden triangle. This is just a fixed thing. It comes from the range of the sum, and also comes from the carryover here. And now what we're going to introduce exploration 2. This part is set in the additional column shown in this picture. Different letters represent different digits. What is a 3-digit number represented by XES? So we still need to use the range, the sum of 3-digit number. The sum of 2 3-digit number equals a 4-digit number. What might be the T here? 3-digit number plus a 3-digit number. At most, we can only get a 1,000 something. It's impossible for us to get a 2,000. So the T, it must become the 1 here. And then we should think of, as we know the T is 1, here, is it possible for us to have what might be the A here? A, if we didn't consider that the letters represent different digits, this A here, at most, it can be 1. Because when x is 1, x is 9, 9 plus 1, and we also have a carryover from the tens place, we can just let it 1. But as A cannot be the same as T, so we just know A can only equals a 0. A only equals a 0. So we have x plus 1. And we need also consider, do we have a carryover in the tens place? Yes, we have, because we have 2 plus something equals a 1. So we must have a carryover of 1 here, which is x plus 1 in the 100 place. It will equals 10. So we know x equals 8. X equals 8 here. X equals 8. So we just think of e plus 2. E plus 2 equals something end with 1. e plus 2 equals something end with 1. How can we got it? It must equals 11 here because we already know it have a carryover. It has a carryover of 1. But what we need to think of is, do we have a carryover from the ones place to tens place? If we have, it becomes 8 plus e plus 1. With an extra carryover 1 equals 11, we get e equals 8. But can e equals 8? No, we can't because x is already 8. So there is no carryover between e and between the unit place and tens place. The e just equals a 9. And now we have got the x, e, and s. Well, the only thing we need is to find out the s and l. S plus 5 equals L. We only know this. How can we know what is a S? We just need to make sure the digit we have already been used cannot be used again. We can just find it. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we already got the 1 and 0 be used, and we also have 8 and 9 be used. The 1 and 0 be used, so we cannot let S is 1 or 0, so the L cannot be 5 and 6. And we also have the 8 and 9, they are used. 8 and 9, they are used, so we cannot have 2 and 3 here. We cannot have 3 and 4 here, because 3 plus 5 is 8, 4 plus 5 is 9. And we also know the S cannot be more than 5. Otherwise, 5 plus 5 is larger than 9. So it's not okay for L. So the only possible digit is 2. So we know that S is just 2. And we will got this 3-digit number is 892. And I found many of you just made small mistakes in the homework. You got the correct answer, but you didn't reply the correct questions. Some question ask you for the sum. Some question ask you for a number. Some question ask you for what does each digit, what does each letter or figure represent. These are the different things. Okay, so we have go through the part and we can have a look at the homework. For the homework here, the first one here, we have a 2-digit number plus a 2-digit number equals a 3-digit number. What can be the circle here? The circle can only be 1. Because a 2-digit number, even we have a 99 plus a 99, it's still 198. It still is a 100. So if we have a 2-digit number is smaller than it, it must be smaller than 198, and the circle here can only be 1. So we just make all the circle equals 1 here. And let's have a look at it. For the 1 here, 1 plus what will equals 11. 1 plus what here, it equals 11. This place, is it possible to be the 8? If we have a 10 and something plus 8 and something, is it possible for us to have 110? It's never enough. So for this one here, we must let it be the 9. Only 10 something plus 9 something, we can have get a number which are more than 110. So this is a 9, this is 9, this is 9. And we can just find out the triangle here as 8. We just fill in the digit for each place. Circle is 1, and square is 9, and triangle is 8. That is what we got. And now for the next one. For the next one here, actually is pretty same. It's pretty same. We still check it. 2-digit number plus a 2-digit number equals 3-digit number. So what will be the x here? X must be the 1, otherwise it's not enough. If X is 1, X is 1, 1. And we should think of 1 plus S. 1 plus S here, it equals the E. Oh, equals E plus 10. If we need to think of, do we have carry over here? For this, how can we solve it? We'll find it's quite complex, right? So maybe we need to think of, okay, this time, the most important thing is from the tens place. From the tens place, from the unit place, can we have a carryover from the unit place to the tens place? If there is no carryover, if there is no carryover in the tens place, to make sure we can have a carryover to the 100 place, the X plus S, which is 1, it should plus 9 to get a 10. So we get S is 9. Is it possible? No, it's not possible. If S is 9, it will conflict with the unit place, because for the unit place here, the G plus G is S. The sum of two same number equal to S means S must be the even. 9 is not even here. It's not okay. We must have a carry over from unit to 10. And with this one, we can just look at the thing. Now, X is 1. We also have a carryover of 1 here, and we can plus the S. It will equals the 10. Why is 10? Why cannot be 11? If we have if we want it to be 11 here, which means S have to equals 9 again, it will conflict with the question. So it will conflict with S is an even number. So we must have the 1 plus 1 plus S equals 10. So we know that S equals 8. E is 0. And we can just bring the digits in. We have 1 and G plus 8 and G. Add together is 108. So what is G here? G plus G. We have a carryover and n of 8, so it's 18. So we means each G is 8. Each G is 8, so the answer we already got. Sorry, it's not 8. Each G will be 9. I'm sorry about that. Here, we just know the value. The digit represented by G is 9 here. We need to use a carryover to help us think of this. And sometimes even an odd, they're also important. They're also important thing. Now it comes to this one. This one is just totally same as exploration 3. We start from the unit place. The sum of 3A, a sum of 3A's equals a number n with 2. 3 times A, it has something n with 2. Just use the multiplication table. 3 times what can end with 2? 3 times 4 is 12. So we know A equals 4. This is just how the multiplication table works. And then we bring the we have carry over 1 to the higher place. We have carry over 1 to higher place. We got 3v plus 1. We got something n with 2. Something n with 2. So we have 3v, it actually has something n with 1. And this 1 can be 1, 11, and 21. Which is suitable for the v here. Which is suitable for the v here. It must be the 21 because the 1 and 11, they cannot be divided by 3. So we got v equal to 7. And let's continue. This time, we have a carry over 2 to the higher place. If we have a carry over 2, and 2 plus e is 10, which means it can be 10 or 20. So e can equals a 4 or 9. Which one is good? Here, don't forget, different letters represent different digits. So A is already E. We cannot A is already 4. We cannot let E equals a 4 again. So here we have E equals a 9. We have E equals a 9. And when E equals 9, we have a carry over of 2 to the thousand place again, and the L is just 1. So this 4-digit number is 1,974. 1,974. This is not very difficult, but just be careful to each time. And now for this one here is a little bit different. It didn't provide us any digits. It did not provide us any digits, but we can have a look at the last one, the last column. This column is quite special. The sum of 3 triangles end with triangle. 3 times which digit? We can get a number end with the same digit. Use a multiplication table and tell me directly. We got 3 times 5 equals 15. So the triangle must be the 5 here. The triangle must be the 5 here. And then we will have a carry over of 1. We got a square plus 1. We have something end with square. And if you are familiar with this, you'll find the square is 9. Because we know 9 plus 9 is 18. And 18 plus 1, we just got a 19. So this is 9, this is 9, this is 9, this is 9. We have a carry over 1 to higher place. What do we circle? 1 plus 8 equals 9. So a circle equals 8. So for this question, some of you give me the answer of 995. Some of you give the answer of 895. I know you know how to do this, but be careful what's the question asking for. To find out the corresponding digits that they represent, which makes the answer should be the circle equals 8, square equals 9, and triangle equals 5. Only this way you are replying the correct questions. Only in this way you can just replying the correct questions. In all the other forms, they are different. Other forms, they are different. And now, be careful when we answer the question. Otherwise, you already got an answer, but you just answer a different questions. That's a pity. That's a pity. You'll lose some point because of it. And now for this one here. This one is a little bit special. For this one, we just use the columns. We just check there are 9 boxes. For this 9 boxes, we don't know the value for each box. And there's no requirement for the box here. This box, they can be the same digit, they can be a different digit. So for this way, we don't need to know the exact value for each of them, but we can know the range for sum of 3 digits. If all the digits are 0, 0 plus 0 plus 0 is still 0. if all the digits are 9, we can have its maximum. 9 plus 9 plus 9 is 27. So from 0 to 27, that will be 0 to 27. This is a range for the sum of 3 columns. And this time, maybe we need to have a look at the highest place. The sum of 3 columns equals 29. And we also know that the sum of 3 columns, at most, we can have a carryover of 2. So for this, sum of 3 columns, the maxima, we got a 27. How can be a 29? 29 means we have a carryover of 2 from the 10th place, which means the sum of this place, they are the 27. So it must be 999. And then we come to the 10th place again. 10th place, these 3 boxes add together is 9, but don't forget we have a carryover 2 to the higher place. So the sum of this place here is still 29, which means 999 here, and we have a carryover of 2. The last one, sum of these 3 boxes equals 21. It's within the range. So that the sum of 9 squared is 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. This is 27 plus 27, which is 54, and then plus 21. So we get the answer is 75. For this, we use the highest value and a range to help us to solve everything. And for this week's, we have learned the method is called the digit. We use starting from last digit and first digit. We can carry and borrow, and we also have the number of digits, and you also use the multiplication table to help us to do this. Know the range of a number. Know how two numbers can form a larger one is a very important thing. So please think of it carefully, and if you still have any question, feel free to contact me at any time. See you next week. See you in the weekend. Bye bye.